crop which we need to discuss here is the crop which provides raw material to the cotton textile industry. Yes, it is cotton, and cotton is another important cash crop which is grown in India. Now regarding cotton, if we talk about the various the climatic conditions required for it, that is the temperature, rainfall or any other such weather or climatic conditions, regarding that, one thing should be very clear to you all. Cotton is basically a tropical crop, and in India it is grown as a kharif crop in maximum part of it, and throughout its growing season temperature should be almost within the range of 21 degrees centigrade to 32 degrees centigrade. Okay, it should not go very high, neither it should go very low. Particular duration of 200 days of frost free, right? 200 frost free days are required for the growing of cotton. That means before the starting of the winter season, it is actually harvested, and it is cultivated in those areas where the rainfall is also less, and especially less to moderate, you can say, and almost within 50 centimeters to 75 centimeters. That is the ideal rainfall conditions actually for the cotton cultivation, and the rainfall should be well distributed from the sowing season till its growing part, right? When the crop is ready to be harvested, before that the temperature, and just before that until the time it is the pods are there in the field, right, cotton balls are there, at that time there should not be any rainfall. If rainfall occurs, that will destroy the crop. It will further make the pods, right, cotton balls, vulnerable to various diseases and pests. Then its color will become from bright white color, the color will become yellowish shade will be there, or brownish color. That means the quality of cotton has got affected, and it is now of a lower quality, right? That is why to keep it of a good quality, if we want to get the cotton pods in that way, for that we should be very careful that the temperature is never going above 32 degrees centigrade almost, right? It should not go below 21 degrees, right? If it goes by chance, suppose below 18 degrees or so, the crop will get affected by that. Okay, the production, the total yield will get affected. Get affected means the total production as well as the quality of it, right? The quantity as well as quality, both gets affected, right? So this is about the temperature. Now when we say the rainfall should be almost within 50 to 75 centimeters of range, right? It should not face any drought condition on one side. Moreover, it should not be heavy rainfall, right? Well distributed throughout the growing season, not during the harvest part. That means when flowering is going on, and after that the cotton balls are there, at that time rainfall should not happen, right? Next thing is the frost conditions. This crop is very sensitive towards the frost, and that's why we have to be very particular that before the winters start, it is harvested, before that only. Next thing is, for the cotton cultivation, the soil, right? What type of soil is required? Especially alluvial soil. Okay, well drained alluvial soil. That means the western side of northern plains, if you see, is having the well drained loamy alluvial soil, and which should be rich in lime. And one more thing is generally seen, that along with lime and phosphate is required in large quantity in the soil. So besides this, if you check the other type of soils what we have in India, out of all those soils, it grows very well in the black soil, right? Even as compared to the alluvial soil, it grows very well in the black cotton soil, black lava soil it is called. And because for cotton it is the most suited soil in India at least, so it is well known by the name black cotton soil, which has got an important nature, that is it is moisture retentive, and which is good for this crop. And when we say the soil should be properly aerated, that means the black soil which is present, that black soil is also having, when it gets dry, the deep cracks develop, and that makes the proper air circulation. So this way it is good for cotton cultivation. Now besides this, if we talk about the total production, okay, total you can say total cotton producing area in the world, right? In that way, if you say, India is on the second position after USA. But if we take the total production of cotton in the entire world, India has got the 4th ranking. But still, cotton is one of the main cash crops we still grow in India. Now, which are the leading states for it? Especially, you can see in the map itself, it's given almost all the states of the southern region except Kerala. Rest all states almost grow cotton. Okay, the leading states being Gujarat, Maharashtra, Telangana and Andhra Pradesh. These are the main 4 states which are contributing almost 60 to 65% of the total production. Just from these 4 states it's going, right? And rest all other states are also producing, but these 4 states are the most important because they provide almost 60 to 65% of the total cotton production is coming from these 4 states. And besides these, you can see Madhya Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, Punjab, Haryana, Uttar Pradesh, all these are providing some part of cotton production. Clear? Now one more important thing is there, Punjab, Haryana, Rajasthan, right, Western UP, all these are producing basically a typical type of cotton that is called long staple cotton. Long staple. Long staple means its fibers we are talking of, right? The fibers are long in you can say size, right? So this is how you can understand that in the entire country the cotton cultivation is seen, especially in those areas where such conditions are fulfilled, right? Now one more very important thing is that if in any area the rainfall is not received during that time, so in that area additionally the irrigation facilities are provided. We have discussed already in the beginning, I was telling you that this is a crop which does not you can say which doesn't need any extra water, right? Or it should have proper water, you can say by irrigation or by rainfall it should get some water throughout its growing season, right? But it should not be stagnant over there. The water should not be there in the field. And once it has been sown, and for sowing also 2 methods are most common in this, right? Either it is done by broadcasting method. Okay, these methods, if you remember, we have discussed in one of the videos where we were talking about the rice cultivation. Okay, in the rice cultivation we have discussed 4 methods of sowing. In that, broadcasting method was also there and drilling method was also there. So both these are the methods commonly used in the sowing of cotton crop. Now generally duration of crop season, right? Duration, what is the growing season of this particular crop? It is almost 6 to 8 months. Okay, 6 to 8 months it takes to get fully mature, and after that harvesting is done. And the seedlings, especially the seedlings, when these are sown, there always it is kept in mind that they should have proper distance. Then what about harvesting? When harvesting has to be done, suppose in the month of October, generally in the month of October it happens, right? Now what is harvesting in this case? We are not harvesting the plant as a whole. We are talking of the cotton balls, right? When we do the pickings of the cotton ball, that is called harvesting. Because here in this crop, we need to harvest the cotton balls first. So once we have harvested, once we have collected all the cotton balls, right? Once, twice, thrice, this way we are going to do actually in this manner. Suppose we have taken 3 or 4 pickings have been collected, right? After that you will find the total production of the cotton balls get decreased. So this is a part of harvesting. Now the third part of its growing, or you can say once harvesting has been done, the third stage is processing. Okay, now in processing what is done? The cotton balls which were collected, they are then ginned, Ginned, or it is also called ginning. Now what is ginning? Ginning is actually a process in which the fibers, okay, the fibers or the lint, generally it is called lint, is separated from the seeds. That is called ginning. And then once the separation of the fibers and the seeds have been done, after that the cotton is passed through the dryers to reduce the moisture content in the cotton so that it can last for long. And the lint is then washed and then combed to form a rope like mass of fiber, okay, known as sliver. Not silver, it is sliver, Sliver. And sliver is then spun to make yarns out of it. Have you understood this much? Once again, processing is the last stage of the cotton cultivation, right? Once the cotton balls have been picked, it is actually ginned, right? Or we generally call it as the ginning is done, right? Now what is ginning? This you should understand first. Ginning is a process in which the fibers or the lint is separated from the seeds which are there in the cotton balls, and then cotton is passed through dryers to reduce the moisture content, and then the lint or the fiber is then washed and then combed to form a rope like mass, and this rope like mass or of fibers is known as sliver. So I hope that this much is very clear to you all. Now the next thing is, suppose the oil has been extracted, okay, after that what is left after the extraction of oil, that is actually called as the residue which is left, or the leftover part of oil seeds after the extraction of oil. That is an important, you can say, that is oil cake, right? and this oil cake is a good animal feed or the cattle fodder. In the form of that it works. I hope this much is very clear to you all. Now one more topic out of this is left, that is types of cotton. Okay, now on the basis of the length, the strength of fiber and the structure of it, we can categorize the entire cotton what is produced in India in 5 categories. Okay, in under different you can say 5 varieties of cotton. According to that, number 1 is the superior long staple. Staple means the fiber. Okay, so superior long staple is the first one, and under this category, if you see, this variety of cotton is produced almost 33 to 35% of the total cotton which is produced in India belongs to this variety. Okay, now how to know superior long staple is how much long? So for that purpose we need to remember that what is the length of the fiber or the lint. According to that we can categorize it under different varieties. Superior long staple has got a length of 27 millimeters and more, right? 27 millimeters or more than that. Second category or the second variety of it we can say, that is called long staple, and long staple cotton has got the length of, the fibers have got the length of 24.5 to 26 millimeters. Now the third one is superior medium staple. Again it is a little less, you can say its length is comparatively less than that of long staple. How much is that now? In this case you will find the length of fiber is from 20 to 24 millimeters. And then comes the medium staple, that is the fourth one. Medium staple cotton has got a length, the fibers have got the length of 20 to 21.5 millimeters. Okay, so 20 to 21.5 millimeters is the length in the case of medium staple cotton, and the fifth one is actually called by the name short staple cotton, right? And in that you will find the length of the lint or length of the fibers is almost 19 millimeters or less than that. Okay, so this is how we can categorize, or we can say that the different varieties of cotton are grown within our country. And let me tell you one more thing here, the long staple cottons, right, the cotton which has got long staple, that is always considered as the best one. So if we finally have a look about regarding the states which contribute maximum in the cotton production, right? So keeping that in mind, if we see almost 72% of the total area, right, total area, and 60% of the total production of cotton in the country is just contributed from by the 4 states. And which are these 4 states? Number 1 is Gujarat, Maharashtra, Telangana, Andhra, and to some extent Karnataka also. So these 4-5 states are contributing maximum part. Just imagine 72% of the total area under cotton cultivation and 60% of the total production of cotton is totally contributed by these 4-5 states, right? And rest of the production is coming from the other states of India. Now this is all with this video, and in this video we have discussed about cotton, right? Now in the next video we are going to discuss about the other cash crops what we grow in India. Okay, so don't forget to see the next video also. And before I leave, I must remind you once again, don't forget to share the link of this video with your friends and also subscribe the channel. And once you subscribe the channel, don't forget to press the bell icon also to get the further notifications regarding the videos which are going to be uploaded in the channel.